Hi and welcome. This build's kind of expensive to make, but I promise it's worth it. Don't click off yet, please, for the love of all that is holy, do not click off yet, because you're gonna want to stay for this. I know looking at this, it's a little daunting. I'll take my subscription now, please. Anyway, so yeah, this is what I classify as an endgame build, for obvious reasons. But I promise it's very much so worth working towards. So let's do a quick little breakdown and talk about what all is a part of this. So we're using Malkarian's repeaters. I absolutely love these things. They're amazing. They're so much fun to play with, especially on hunting grounds. All Malkarian weapons on hunting grounds are just fun. But we got Berserker and Pulse on these, as well as Full Bore Chamber. I know a lot of people like Marksman Chamber, and there's some of you weirdos that like the Sallow Chamber. All more power to you. And while Marksman Chamber might be the best option, I enjoy Full Bore Chamber more. It's just more fun to me. Although I don't know the statistics on these two versus each other. I might have to actually do that sometime, just kind of test it out. But I like Full Bore Chamber. It's more fun to me. It's enjoyable, and it's great. Grip, it's always going to be Captain's Grip, man. If you use Saboteur's Grip, please stop. Just don't do it. So, on the mod, this is pretty interchangeable, because Tactician's Magazine is a Trial Store mod, I'm pretty sure. So, what can you replace this with if you don't want to use this? Well, basically anything. Ideally, Precision Sights would be fine, especially if you decide to use Marksman Chamber on this build, which, yeah, that'd be fantastic. Let's look. Extraction Catalyst would be good, Lucky Magazine would be fine, and that's really about it that I would personally recommend, but you use whatever you like, honestly, on this. This isn't the most important part of the build anyway. This part's kind of preference, but, I digress. Then the Bond is Savit's Avengers. Oh my lord, Savit weapons are so good. I hate the Behemoth, but the weapons are great. Now the Omnicell, also pretty interchangeable. I'm using Revenant currently, but in the montage part of this video, we're going to have Revenant and Bastion going at it. These are both very viable options for this build. I don't know why this is so viable, but it works super well with this build. I don't know why. You'll see what I mean. It's ridiculous. Iceborne is always a solid option. It's not amazing, it's not horrible, it's good. Discipline you can also use, but meh, I've kind of fallen off of using Discipline as much as I used to. Tempest I think would work fine, but it's not really a Tempest build per se. Really, you can use it whatever you want, but I prefer Bastion or Revenant on this build particularly. And of course we got Scar and Lantern with Catalyst. It's pretty much a staple in my builds. Now the expensive part. We're using Urska Helmet with Cascade. I typically won't tell people to use Cascade, because it's not as good as it used to be. But for some weird reason on this build, it's just really good. And it's all because of this one thing you want to do whenever you're fighting Behemoths with this build. We'll get to that. There's going to be a small tutorial section of this, of how to use the build effectively. So, I'll go over that when we get there. But, yeah, we're using Cascade on here. Then we got Thrax's Chest Piece. This is another staple of all my builds. And we got the Cunning on here. So, yeah. So you get your +6 Cascade from this, your +6 Cunning from this, and your +6 Predator from Malkarian's Gloves with, yeah, so +6, +6, +6 right here. Then we have Time Weave leggings to get our Catalyst and some Berserker. I know a lot of people don't typically like Catalyst builds, especially newer players, but that's why I'm kind of saying this is more endgame build, but you can make it work without Tonics. It's just, you know, you've got Catalyst in here, so you'd have to change this out and kind of, you know, finagle around to get a better sell. I will say, if you would like a different version of this build, please comment down below. I will work with you. Or better yet, go into the link in our description here, and there'll be a link to join our Discord server. You can directly message me from there, and I can work with you on it. And you can also, you know, do build requests. I'll post builds in the build section there often. At least I'm going to try to nowadays. So yeah, come join. You'll get free tips, and all you have to do is message me. Don't be shy. I will get to you as soon as I see it. So there's that. Also, Tonics, it's pretty standard for all my builds. Blitz, Frenzy, Aetherdrive, but I will say this is very important that you use these for this build, because with the Cascade, you really want your Aetherdrive. Then, of course, just attack speed and damage are always great to have. So, that about covers the build portion of this. So now we're going to go ahead and go into a shock escalation, because, you know, we're using shock weapons, so I gotta give myself the smallest chance of success. I did it. I said the word. So that way you can really see how strong the build really is. So, anyway, we're gonna go into shock escalation 10 to 50, and I'm gonna run over with you how to use this build effectively. Alright, here we are in the tutorial part. So, first things first, you're gonna want to tonic up. It's kind of the whole name of this build anyway. And this is gonna go kind of quick. So, I will usually teleport first, pop lantern, reload to empower, then pick up these red Skittles. They are your best friend for this build. They are a majority of your DPS here. And as you see, Cool Shot is already just gone. Hi, Nizaga, how are you? It's fine. We don't need the Predator anyway, right? Right. Besides, he's running away. But also, whenever you reload, well, not reload, whenever you use your empowered shot, I always do that, then I'll use my buff ability, which is Q for me, and I use that to roll forward to get back close to the Behemoth, and then rinse, repeat. It's pretty simple. And pop your lantern as often as possible. With Aetherdrive, that won't be a problem. You'll be building up shields and dropping Cascade orbs like it's nobody's business. It's great. And there was no tomfoolery there, by the way. The only amp that I got the previous round was not Spiteful. No, it was Spiteful Evasion is what I got. So, yeah. Really, this build's not hard to use. It's pretty simple, and it's pretty strong. But with all that out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the classic montage portion of my videos. So don't forget, the build, as always, is going to be down in the description below. There's going to be a link there. As well, there is going to be a link for our Discord server where you can join. It should be a permanent link, so I shouldn't have to refresh it anymore. But yeah, everything you need to know is going to be down in the description below. And remember, if you do join the server, feel free to message me. I'm not going to be mad if you do. There might be some times it'll take me a little bit to get back to you, but I promise I will reply and I will work with you. But thank you again for all your support. I appreciate everything you guys do. So with that said, much love, and y'all take care and enjoy the rest of this video.